Hello children, I welcome to you to my SST class. Today I am going to start History of Class 6th, Chapter 1, What, Where, How and When, from the book Our Past. Before starting the class, let me introduce to you the topics which we are going to deal with. The following topics we are going to discuss with. First, where can we know about past? Second, where did people live? Third, names of the land. Fourth, finding out about the past. Fifth, one past or many. What do dates mean? As we are starting the class, we see there is a girl, Rashida, and there is a question while reading she is finding out what happened 100 years ago. She is wondering what would have happened 100 years ago. And similarly, if I ask you some questions like what happened yesterday, so what will be the answer? You might say, I know what had happened yesterday. But if I ask you what happened last year, then many of us might know what had happened last year because of the information which we get through newspaper. And if I ask you what happened 100 years ago, that also might be recorded because many books are written on through these years what had happened during this 100 years. Now, if I ask you what happened before 1000 years, so that is the question here. How come we know what happened before 1000 years? So, we are going to find out about the past through this chapter, how we are going to know what happened before 1000 years. Our first heading is what can we know about the past? So, there are several things we can find out. What people ate. If we say what people ate, in early people, they used to eat raw things. They did not know how to cook. So, the eating habit was different. What kind of clothes they wore. So, like modern technology, they were not having this kind of clothes. Their clothes were very simple and they used to wear mostly the skin of the animals. The houses they live. The houses, they did not know how to build the houses. They mostly lived in the caves. Now, the other things we can find out, the lives of hunters. Who are the hunters? Hunters were those people who used to kill the animals and used for their eating. Herders. Herders were those people who kept the animals for their farmings. And rulers and merchants, priests, craftspersons, artists, musicians and scientists. And as the time passed, children used to play different games. We can find out about the past through games also. Through the stories, we can hear about the past, and through the plays, we can know about the past. You can mark River Narmada in your map. People lived here along the banks of this river for several 100,000 years. Why? Because this land was very fertile and it was good for living. That's why they lived for many, many years there. And the people who lived there, they were skilled gatherers. Skilled gatherers means they knew about the plants and plantations. And they knew what kind of food they had to eat. They knew about the knowledge of the roots and about the forest. The surrounding was covered with forest. So the people also hunt the animals for the use. Now you will mark Kathar and Suleiman Hills in your map. Suleiman and Kathar Hills in northwest is the place where women and men first began to grow crops. Like which crops they grew? They grew wheat and barley. It happened 8,000 years ago. And people also started keeping the animals for the use, like they started rearing animals, sheep, goat and cattle. And in this way they started living in a village. Now you will mark Garo Hills and Vindhyas in your map. These were the places where people started developing agriculture. Now, Vindhyas is the place where people first grew rice. Now you will mark Indus River and its tributaries and Ganga and its tributaries. Indus and its tributaries. What are tributaries? These are small rivers that flow from the main river. Now, about 4,700 years ago, some of the earliest cities flourished in the banks of these rivers. Later, about 2,500 years ago, cities also developed near the banks of Ganga and its tributaries along the sea coast. Why did people live near this river? Because the river water made the land fertile and the people used that water for their cultivation. That was the reason they liked to live near the river. In ancient times, the area along these rivers of Ganga to the south was known as Magda, and this place is now in Bihar. The rulers of this kingdom were very powerful and they ruled the whole kingdom in the country. People also travelled from one part of the subcontinent to another, and this journey sometimes was very difficult because they had to climb the mountains, cross the deserts and rivers, and through the seas they had to make their journey. The journey was at times very dangerous, but men and women moved in search of livelihood. What was the reason? The reason was they had to escape from the floods and droughts. And second reason was the people also travelled because they wanted to do some adventurous things. And maybe sometime they wanted to discover something new in their life. Our next topic is names of the land. Two of the words we often use for our country are India and Bharat. The word India comes from the Indus, called Sindhu in Sanskrit. Why this is? Because the first civilization that flourished in India, it started from Indus River. So because of the river, India got its name India. Even Iranians and Greeks were familiar to this word Indus. So what they thought, those who were living near Indus River, they are called Indian. So they called this land India. Bharat was used for the people those who were living to the northwest of this river. And this Bharat word is used in Rig Veda, which is composed in Sanskrit in olden days. Next topic is finding out about the past. There are several ways of finding out about the past. One is to search about reading books, and we can see about the written work which was done long back ago. The writings which were done earlier were called manuscripts. What are manuscripts? These were handwritten writings, and it was written on the palm leaf or on the specially prepared bark of a tree known as birch, which grows in the Himalayas. Over the years, many manuscripts were eaten away by insects. Some might be destroyed, and some were preserved in the temples and monasteries. These books dealt with all kinds of subjects like religious beliefs, lives of the kings, medicines, science. Besides, there were epics, poems, plays. What are epics? Epics are long stories. Many of these were written in Sanskrit, and it was written in Prakrit language also. This language was used by ordinary people of India. Besides manuscripts, we can also study inscriptions. What are inscriptions? Inscriptions were the writing done on a hard surface. There are other kinds of inscriptions as well. Men and women, including kings and queens, recorded what they did. For example, kings often kept records of victories in battle. Ordinary people did not feel like keeping the record because they were living very simple life. Besides manuscripts, and inscriptions, there were other things which were used to study the past. Those who studied these objects are called archaeologists. What are the things archaeologists study? They studied remains of buildings made of stones and bricks. They also studied paintings and sculptures. What are sculptures? These are the statues made by men. They also excavate. What is excavate? It means dig under the surface of the earth. To find out tools. Why they dig? To find out the tools, weapons, pots, pans, ornaments, and coins. Now these were the things which they used to find out the past. Archaeologists also look for bones of animals, birds, and fish to find out what people ate in the past. See, you can see some of the pictures here. These are the pictures which archaeologists found in the while digging out some surface. Now there are historians, and they are also called scholars, who study about the past. They often use the word source for information. When the historians study about the past, they also use manuscripts and inscriptions that were studied by archaeologists. So these sources are correlated. Like information of manuscripts and inscriptions are also useful for historians as well as for archaeologists. Historians and archaeologists are like detectives, because what are the work of the detective? To find out which is not seen. Our next topic is one past or many. If you notice, the name of our book is Our Past. It means there is not one past but many past. It is in plural form. Why? Because if we study the history, we see there is not one past but it is related to the different groups of people. For example, the lives of herders and farmers were different than those of kings and queens. It means both lived their different life. It means the story of their life also will be different from each other. Even the life of merchants and those of craftspersons were different, because they both had different life to live. So their past was different from each other. Now there is one more example. Today, most people living in Andaman Islands get their own food by fishing, hunting, and collecting forest products. Whereas the people who live in city, they have to depend on those who supply food for them. If suppose they want to eat fish, they have to wait for the person who sells the fish. Besides, there is another kind of difference. We know a great deal about kings and their battles and their records of victories. Whenever they fought a battle, they kept the record. Whereas ordinary people such as hunters, fishing folks, etc., they did not feel like keeping the record because they thought they are living a very simple life, so they should not keep the record. Our last topic is, what do dates means? When we study history, we always come across the dates are following with the word AD and BC. What does it mean? I'll show you through this timeline. Now the center line is showing birth of Jesus Christ, and the dates which fall before the birth of Jesus Christ is BC, and the dates which fall after the birth of Jesus Christ are called AD. So before the birth of Jesus Christ is backward counting, and after this forward counting. For example, after the birth of Jesus Christ, it is counted as 100 AD, 200 AD, and 300 AD, and so on. And here the backward counting goes like this: 100 BC, 200 BC, 300 BC, and so on. AD also stands for Anno Domini. It means in the year of the Lord. BC stands for before Christ. AD or CE stands for Common Era. BC or BCE stands for before Common Era. BP is also in use in present days, that is before present. With this, we finish our chapter. I request you to read the chapter carefully and underline all the important points Thank you.